know there's a lot of people right now that are frustrated with where the Astros are. And of course, I get it. Expectations are always sky high with this team, and they are in the midst of a tight AL West race, and people are magnifying small decisions made by Dusty Baker and lineup choices, and are acting like they could be clearly in first place if Dusty did things a little bit differently. But there's not that many people that are like that. And I think that's at the very least good. My issue is with the people that are just so bad at believing that they root for a good team. What is it about Houston as a sports city that they can't even do rooting for a dynasty that everyone hates right? I saw this post from a guy named David, and this is actually on Facebook. And the problem is there are actually people who believe this. Said David, and this thing blew up. I think that the Astros not making the playoffs could be one of the best things to happen to them for the long-term success of the club. Shut your whore mouth. What are you talking about? Why do we have defeatist people that are already going through the stages of grief for a season that's far from over? And by the way, the Astros are probably going to win the division. And how the F is it that me, the bandwagoner, is always the person who stands tallest in the pocket telling you to effing relax? Why is it always me? Why? Why am I tasked with this burden? I got to pull you people up. Come on. Oh, yeah, it might be better to miss the playoffs. Are you on crack? I mean, why is there such a volume of woe is me people on there? Look at the schedule ahead for Seattle. You think they're going to be able to keep this up? And by the way, Texas is 1-7 since those Letterman jackets. We told you that they're done as soon as they put those things on. And there's enough people that are like, oh, well, it's just not going to happen. What is wrong with you? You could act like a man. Like, to quote Michael Corleone. Check that. Vito Corleone talking to Johnny Fontaine in Godfather Part 1. Acting like a man. Like, come on, guys. We're better than this. And I know it's not a lot of people, but there's way too much defeatism. If you're going to be defeatist, keep it amongst yourselves. I'll every now and then bring up things with the Astros that I think are issues, but I just can't believe how many of you guys don't believe in this team like they are your Lord and Savior. I joke about that with Tom Brady all the time. I had blind faith that that team that I grew up rooting for would win every single game that man started for them. Blind effing faith. I'm surprised y'all don't have it. I mean, that's the biggest perk of being this team. And I get the people that are way too into it, that are looking at the lineup every single day. And okay, if you're a baseball diehard and you've got some reservations, that's fine. But there's too much defeatist stuff. You guys are better than this, or at least I thought you're better than this. But it's truly pathetic. Really, it's loser behavior. This like justifying, oh yeah, it might be actually okay to miss the playoffs. Well, what are you talking about, man? You keep this thing going as long as you can. Yeah, maybe it doesn't go so well in the long-term future or in the slightly closer than we think it is future. Whatever. But, man, there's a month left in the season. They're only a game back. Seattle has been playing out of their ass. Do you really think that's going to last the rest of the season? To be perfectly honest, I do not. And on top of that, their schedule gets tougher. So, please relax, guys. Relax.
That is the funniest part about the hyperventilating of Astros fans, even like when it looked really bad and they lost, what was that, on Friday night against some guy I've never heard of.
Right, that was bad.
But even then, I think they were still like a game out of first. Like that is still what we're talking about. We're talking about a team that is one game out of first place.
It was a bad back-to-back. Getting absolutely destroyed. Like, I remember we got to the Circa Resort and I took a nap because we flew out so early, and I woke up and I look at the big ass like stadium screen TV in the Astros games. I was like, wait a sec, does that say 20? What the hell is going on?
Is that you're rubbing your eyes? Is that Martin Maldonado pitching?
And then they lost to the Tigers the next game. You're right, Sean. Yeah, we were like 41 mile per hour sliders. Could we throw a 41 mile per hour slider? I don't know. But then like over the internet too. Like I went on Twitter for 5 seconds when we were doing our fantasy draft up at my friend's house in my friend's mansion in the Woodlands. Freaking ridiculous. Love that place. And I go on Twitter and basically all of Seattle is like essentially like in a circle, wanting themselves about the fact that they're in first place for the first time in a really long time. Like they think the season's over. And then there are Astros fans who have been down this road before who are essentially doing the same thing.
I will say though, there is a little difference. The Astros in this recent run actually have not been down this particular road before. The road of a division race in August is going to be in September.
But 2020, they were. I mean, the pandemic season where they probably shouldn't have made the playoffs.
60 games.
No, but
they literally were, or no, I guess they were playing in August and September, but it didn't feel like it. Come on.
It didn't. But I mean, I
don't even think they're in the race. They're just below 500.
They were. And that was when the A's put that stupid tweet out.
What are they going to say now?
They deserve to lose their team. They did because of that. I'm petty.
Because NBC Sports Bay Area tweeted out of it.
Yeah, that social media guy, he's the reason they left. It's your fault, kid.
He might be out of a job now. There's not going to be a Bay Area baseball team to show.
It's not going to be a Bay Area sports team. It's only in San Francisco. To Oakland.
I think that channel only shows the Warriors.
Just Cal football.
Well,
Cal
I bet news about Cal and Stanford football.
Oh, wait, are those games televised still?